Imagine this. You're in a crowded room, and across the way you see her. She's surrounded by people, smiling, confident, captivating. But something feels different. There's a quiet strength about her, an air of mystery you can't quite put your finger on. You wonder, what is it that makes her stand out? Now, here's the real question. Is there a way to create that kind of magnetic presence? To tap into the deepest layers of someone's mind, their desires and their weaknesses, not to manipulate, but to understand them so profoundly that you become unforgettable? Today we're diving into something powerful, how understanding human nature, emotions, and yes, even philosophy can help you form deeper, more authentic connections. Let's break down the core of what really gets into someone's mind and leaves a lasting impression. Ready to explore? Let's get into it. The power of silent attraction, understanding unspoken connections. In any social interaction, there's often more happening than meets the eye. Silent attraction doesn't rely on grand gestures or dramatic actions. Instead, it's built on subtle, often unspoken signals that create a strong sense of connection. Imagine two people in a room, barely speaking, but the tension is palpable. What is it that creates that magnetic pull even when words are few? It's the non-verbal cues, body language, and the energy between them that do most of the talking. The power of silent attraction lies in the nuances. Eye contact that lingers a little too long, the way someone leans in when you speak, or even the slight shift in their posture when they're interested. These subtle cues signal attention, focus, and interest without the need for verbal confirmation. Often, these small gestures communicate much more than words ever could. A key factor in this type of attraction is presence. When you're fully present in the moment, it shows. People feel when someone is genuinely engaged with them, paying attention, listening, and observing without distraction. This kind of presence is rare in a world full of distractions, making it incredibly powerful. It's about being mindful, noticing the small things and responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. Another crucial element is self-confidence. Silent attraction is not about forcing attention or trying too hard. It's about owning your space, feeling comfortable in your own skin, and letting your energy do the work for you. Confidence doesn't need to be loud. In fact, quiet confidence is often more attractive. It signals security, self-assurance, and a deep understanding of oneself, all qualities that naturally draw others in. But here's the catch. Silent attraction is also about understanding the other person's signals. It's a two-way street. If you're attuned to their reactions, you can adjust your approach accordingly. Maybe you notice that they mirror your body language or seem to focus more on you when you speak. These small signs are indicators that you're making an impact, even if no words are exchanged. In summary, silent attraction is an art form rooted in subtlety and emotional intelligence. It's about understanding how to connect with someone on a deeper, unspoken level by being present, confident, and observant. The next time you find yourself in a situation where words feel unnecessary, pay attention to the energy, the glances, and the small movements. Often, those unspoken connections are the ones that leave the most lasting impressions. Unlocking emotional depth. How to leave a lasting impression. Creating a lasting impression on someone goes far beyond appearances or superficial charm. It's about tapping into the emotional depth that drives human connection. Whether it's in romantic relationships, friendships, or even professional settings, the ability to connect emotionally with someone is what leaves a profound and lasting impact. But how do you truly unlock that emotional depth? At the core of emotional depth lies vulnerability. Many people are afraid to show their true selves, guarding their emotions to avoid being hurt or judged. However, when you allow yourself to be open, genuine, and vulnerable, you invite others to do the same. Vulnerability fosters trust, and trust is the foundation of any meaningful relationship. It's not about oversharing or being overly emotional, but rather about being authentic. This honesty creates a sense of safety for the other person, encouraging them to share their own feelings and experiences, which deepens the connection between you. Active listening is another essential tool for unlocking emotional depth. Most of us listen with the intent to respond, but to truly connect, you need to listen with the intent to understand. When you pay close attention to what someone is saying, not just with their words but with their tone, body language, and facial expressions, you gain insight into their emotions. This allows you to respond in a way that acknowledges their feelings, making them feel heard and understood. The ability to make someone feel understood is one of the most powerful ways to leave a lasting impression. Empathy plays a critical role as well. It's the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes, to feel what they're feeling, and to offer emotional support. When you demonstrate empathy, you're showing that you're not only aware of the other person's emotions, but that you care about them. This creates a bond that goes beyond surface-level interactions, as the other person feels validated and valued. Additionally, emotional depth is about being able to navigate both positive and negative emotions. It's easy to connect with someone when things are light and happy, but true emotional depth is revealed when you can handle moments of discomfort, sadness, or tension with grace and compassion. Being able to sit with someone in their difficult moments without trying to fix everything is incredibly powerful. It shows emotional maturity and strength, which are qualities people remember and respect. To leave a lasting impression, it's also important to engage in meaningful conversations. Instead of sticking to small talk, ask deeper, open-ended questions that encourage the other person to share their thoughts, dreams, and fears. This shows that you're genuinely interested in who they are, not just in their surface-level persona. When people feel safe enough to reveal their inner world, they remember you as someone who allowed them to be seen and understood on a deeper level. Finally, consistency matters. Emotional depth is not something you show once and then forget about. It requires ongoing effort, attention, and care. If you consistently demonstrate empathy, active listening, and vulnerability in your interactions, people will naturally feel more connected to you over time. This builds a reputation for being someone who genuinely cares and makes others feel valued. In conclusion, leaving a lasting impression isn't about being the loudest or most charismatic person in the room. It's about creating real, emotional connections with others by being vulnerable, empathetic, and truly present. When you tap into someone's emotional depth, you create bonds that resonate on a deeper level, ensuring you'll be remembered long after the moment has passed. The art of self-control, how Stoicism amplifies your presence. Self-control is one of the most powerful traits a person can possess, and when it's grounded in the principles of Stoicism, it becomes an even greater force. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, emotions, and actions, while accepting what we cannot. This philosophy is not only about personal peace, but also about how we present ourselves to the world. When mastered, self-control can dramatically amplify your presence and influence in any interaction, leaving a lasting impression on those around you. At its core, self-control is about emotional regulation. In moments of tension, conflict, or frustration, many people react impulsively, letting their emotions take over. But someone who practices Stoic self-control remains calm and composed, no matter the situation. This level of emotional mastery creates an aura of stability and confidence that others can't help but notice. People are naturally drawn to those who can maintain their cool in difficult circumstances because it signals strength and reliability. In contrast, those who lose control of their emotions often appear unpredictable or weak, undermining their presence. Self-control also plays a crucial role in communication. When you control your emotions, you can speak more thoughtfully and intentionally. Instead of reacting to every comment or criticism, you take the time to process what's being said, allowing you to respond with clarity and purpose. This not only makes your words more impactful, but also positions you as someone who can navigate conversations with poise and wisdom. In a world where many people speak impulsively, a person who speaks with deliberate calm stands out. One of the key teachings of Stoicism is to focus on what truly matters and let go of trivial concerns. This perspective is incredibly empowering when it comes to self-control because it allows you to rise above petty distractions or emotional triggers. If someone tries to provoke you or a situation starts to spiral out of control, a Stoic mindset helps you remain centered, seeing the bigger picture rather than getting caught up in fleeting emotions. This ability to stay grounded in your values, rather than being swayed by external factors, gives you a presence that commands respect. Moreover, self-control isn't about repressing your emotions, but understanding them. Stoicism teaches us to acknowledge our feelings without letting them dictate our actions. When you have a firm grip on your emotions, you don't let anger, jealousy, or fear take the wheel. Instead, you guide your behavior based on reason and self-awareness. This form of emotional intelligence is incredibly attractive because it shows maturity, wisdom, and an ability to navigate life's challenges with grace. Another powerful aspect of Stoic self-control is the ability to resist immediate gratification. In a world that constantly promotes instant rewards and quick fixes, the ability to delay gratification and stay patient sets you apart. Whether it's in relationships, business, or personal growth, those who demonstrate patience and long-term thinking are often seen as more stable and trustworthy. By focusing on your long-term goals and staying committed to your values, you naturally project an image of strength and reliability that others find deeply attractive. In interpersonal relationships, self-control also allows you to be a better partner, friend, or colleague. When you're in control of your emotions, you can offer others the space to express their feelings without feeling the need to react defensively or assert dominance. This creates a safe environment for open, honest communication, which deepens relationships and fosters mutual respect. People feel more comfortable around someone who doesn't overreact or make rash decisions, and this can lead to more meaningful and lasting connections. In summary, self-control, especially when influenced by Stoic philosophy, is a powerful tool that enhances your presence and influence. It allows you to navigate life with calmness, clarity, and purpose, even in the face of adversity. This emotional mastery not only helps you maintain your composure, but also draws others to you, as people are naturally attracted to those who remain steady in a chaotic world. By practicing self-control, you cultivate an inner strength that radiates outward, leaving a lasting impression on everyone you encounter. Reading her mind, decoding subtle cues and reactions. Understanding someone's true thoughts and feelings often goes beyond the words they speak. In fact, much of human communication happens non-verbally through subtle cues, body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice. The ability to read these signals effectively is a powerful skill that can significantly enhance your interactions, especially in more personal relationships. Learning to decode these reactions can help you connect on a deeper level, making the other person feel seen and understood, which is a rare and valuable experience. One of the most critical nonverbal cues to pay attention to is body language. Often, a person's posture, gestures, and movements reveal more about their emotional state than their words. For example, if someone is open to the conversation, they will typically face you directly, maintain relaxed body language, and make consistent eye contact. On the other hand, if they cross their arms, lean away, or avoid eye contact, it may indicate discomfort, disinterest, or defensiveness. By observing these small shifts, You can gauge how comfortable or engaged the other person is in the interaction, allowing you to adjust your approach accordingly. Facial expressions are another window into someone's emotions. While words can be controlled or chosen carefully, facial expressions often reflect more spontaneous reactions. A slight smile, raised eyebrows, or a softening of the eyes can indicate interest or affection, even if the conversation hasn't explicitly reached that point. Conversely, tight lips, furrowed brows, or a clenched jaw might suggest tension, frustration, or hesitation. Learning to recognize these micro-expressions gives you the ability to respond with greater empathy and awareness, making the other person feel understood even when they haven't voiced their feelings. Tone of voice is equally important. A person's vocal tone can convey a wide range of emotions, from excitement and enthusiasm to anxiety or irritation. It's not just what someone says, but how they say it. A light, upbeat tone generally signals comfort and openness, while a quieter, more monotone voice may indicate disinterest or distraction. Conversely, a rising pitch or louder voice might suggest excitement, but it can also hint at underlying stress or nervousness. By tuning into these vocal cues, you can get a sense of the emotional undercurrent of the conversation and respond in a way that feels more attuned to the other person's state of mind. Understanding the concept of mirroring is another essential part of decoding reactions. People tend to subconsciously mirror the body language and gestures of those they feel connected to or comfortable with. If you notice that the other person starts to adopt similar gestures, facial expressions, or even speech patterns as you, it's a strong sign that they are engaged in the interaction and feel a sense of rapport. Recognizing this can help you build on that connection, as mirroring is a natural way humans create harmony and build trust in conversations. However, reading subtle cues isn't just about noticing physical movements or changes in tone. It's also about being present and emotionally aware of the overall energy in the room. Sometimes the most profound reactions aren't outwardly visible, but can be sensed in the mood or atmosphere. If you're attuned to these shifts, you can adjust the pace or direction of the conversation, knowing when to push deeper or when to give the other person more space. Another important factor in reading subtle reactions is context. A person's reactions don't exist in a vacuum. They're influenced by the environment, the topic of conversation, and their emotional state in that moment. For example, if someone seems withdrawn during a discussion about a sensitive topic, their body language might reflect their discomfort with the subject matter rather than disinterest in you. By considering the context, you can better understand the reasons behind their reactions and respond with greater sensitivity. Lastly, while learning to read someone's subtle cues and reactions is a powerful skill, it's important not to make assumptions too quickly. People are complex, and their reactions can be influenced by many factors, including personal experiences, mood, or even unrelated stressors. The key is to observe patterns over time, rather than jumping to conclusions based on a single gesture or expression. Patience and empathy are essential when decoding someone's mind, as everyone's way of communicating is unique. In conclusion, being able to read and understand subtle cues and reactions is a highly valuable skill that can deepen your relationships and enhance your interactions. It allows you to go beyond surface-level communication and connect with someone on a more intuitive level. By paying close attention to body language, facial expressions, tone of voice, and context, you can better understand what someone is feeling, even when they don't say it outright. This kind of emotional intelligence not only improves your personal connections, but also leaves a lasting impression, as people naturally gravitate toward those who make them feel understood without having to explain everything in words. Confidence versus arrogance, the fine line that captivates. Confidence is one of the most attractive qualities a person can have. It signals self-assurance, strength, and a deep understanding of one's own worth. However, there's a delicate balance between confidence and arrogance. While confidence draws people in and makes them feel safe and inspired, arrogance repels and alienates. Understanding the fine line between these two traits is crucial to maintaining authentic connections and leaving a positive, lasting impression. At its core, confidence stems from an inner belief in oneself. It's the quiet assurance that you are capable, valuable, and worthy, regardless of external validation. Confident people don't need to prove their worth to others because they already know it. They approach life with a sense of purpose, and this self-assuredness naturally attracts others. People are drawn to those who seem comfortable in their own skin because it creates a sense of stability and trust. When someone radiates confidence, it encourages those around them to feel more confident and secure as well. On the other hand, arrogance is a facade that masks insecurity. Arrogant individuals often seek external validation to bolster their fragile egos. Instead of quietly knowing their worth, they feel the need to constantly assert their superiority over others. This can manifest in condescending behavior, dismissiveness, or an unwillingness to listen or learn. While arrogance might initially come across as confidence, it quickly becomes clear that it's rooted in a need for attention and dominance. This behavior not only turns people away, but also creates an environment of competition rather than collaboration. One of the key differences between confidence and arrogance is how you treat others. A confident person lifts those around them. They're secure enough in themselves that they don't feel threatened by the success or abilities of others. Instead, they offer encouragement, support, and recognition. They know that their own success is not diminished by someone else's achievements. This generosity of spirit is what makes confidence so captivating. People naturally gravitate toward those who make them feel valued and respected. In contrast, an arrogant person often seeks to diminish others to feel superior. They might downplay someone else's accomplishments, talk over them in conversations, or act as though they are the only one with valuable input. Arrogance is competitive and self-centered. It doesn't allow room for anyone else to shine because the arrogant person sees others' success as a threat. This behavior creates tension, distrust, and resentment, which drives people away rather than drawing them in. Humility is another critical factor that distinguishes confidence from arrogance. Truly confident people understand that they don't know everything, and they're open to learning from others. They don't feel the need to dominate conversations or be the center of attention all the time. Instead, they ask questions, listen, and show genuine interest in other people's perspectives. This humility makes confident individuals approachable and relatable. People feel comfortable around them because they are not trying to prove anything. They're simply being themselves. Arrogance, on the other hand, comes with an inflated sense of self-importance. Arrogant people often believe they already know everything, and they're less likely to listen or be open to feedback. This close-mindedness limits their growth and creates barriers in relationships. When someone believes they are always right, it becomes difficult for others to engage in meaningful conversations or feel heard. Arrogance puts a wall between people, whereas confidence invites others in. Another distinction is how confident and arrogant people handle failure or criticism. A confident person sees failure as an opportunity to learn and grow. They're not afraid to admit when they're wrong or to acknowledge areas where they can improve. This ability to embrace vulnerability is a hallmark of true confidence. It shows that they are secure enough to accept their imperfections and keep striving for better. In contrast, arrogant individuals often react defensively to criticism. They may refuse to accept responsibility for mistakes, deflect blame, or even lash out at those offering constructive feedback. This inability to handle failure reveals the fragility of arrogance. Instead of using criticism as a tool for growth, arrogant people see it as a threat to their carefully constructed image of superiority. In social interactions, the line between confidence and arrogance is often drawn by the level of empathy a person demonstrates. Confident people are attuned to the feelings and needs of those around them. They communicate in a way that makes others feel included, respected, and understood. This emotional intelligence enhances their appeal as people feel a genuine connection with them. Arrogant people, however, are more focused on themselves. They often fail to consider how their words or actions affect others, which can lead to feelings of exclusion or discomfort in social settings. In conclusion, while confidence and arrogance may seem similar at first glance, they come from fundamentally different places. Confidence is rooted in self-assurance, humility, and a genuine belief in one's own worth, without the need for external validation. It invites others to share in that strength and creates an atmosphere of trust and respect. Arrogance, on the other hand, is driven by insecurity and a need to assert dominance. It alienates others and fosters an environment of competition and exclusion. By cultivating true confidence, built on self-awareness, empathy, and humility, you can captivate those around you and create lasting, positive connections that elevate everyone involved. Mastering emotional intelligence, the key to her vulnerabilities. Emotional intelligence, EQ, is one of the most powerful tools for building deep, meaningful connections. It involves the ability to understand, manage, and respond to your own emotions, as well as those of others. When it comes to forming strong relationships, whether romantic, personal, or professional, emotional intelligence is crucial for understanding someone's vulnerabilities. This ability to connect on an emotional level is what allows you to create trust, foster openness, and ultimately deepen the bond you share with another person. At the heart of emotional intelligence is self-awareness. Before you can truly understand someone else's emotions, you need to have a clear understanding of your own. Self-awareness means being in tune with your feelings, recognizing how they influence your behavior, and managing them in a way that's constructive. When you're aware of your emotional triggers and how they impact your interactions, you're better equipped to respond to others in a thoughtful and empathetic manner. This level of emotional control shows maturity and reliability, making others feel safe around you. Understanding someone's vulnerabilities starts with empathy. Empathy is the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes, to feel what they're feeling without judgment. It's about truly listening to what the other person is saying, both verbally and non-verbally, and acknowledging their emotions. Empathy isn't about giving advice or trying to fix someone's problems. It's about offering support and understanding. When someone feels that you genuinely care about their emotional state, they are more likely to open up to you, revealing their inner thoughts, fears, and vulnerabilities. Active listening plays a significant role in this process. Often, people don't express their vulnerabilities directly. Instead, they might hint at their emotions through subtle cues or by talking around the subject. By paying close attention to both their words and their tone, body language and facial expressions, you can pick up on the emotions they might not be explicitly sharing. For example, someone might say they're fine, but their downcast eyes or tense posture may tell a different story. By recognizing these cues, you can respond with care, addressing the unspoken feelings and creating a space where they feel safe to be vulnerable. Building trust is essential when it comes to emotional intelligence and understanding vulnerability. Trust is not something that can be forced. It's earned over time through consistent, genuine actions. People reveal their vulnerabilities only when they feel that they won't be judged, dismissed, or hurt. To build trust, you need to show that you're reliable, that you respect their feelings, and that you value their honesty. This involves being patient, giving the other person the time and space they need to open up, and never pushing them to share more than they're comfortable with. When they do share, it's important to listen without interruption, showing that their thoughts and emotions matter to you. Emotional intelligence also involves managing your own reactions when someone reveals their vulnerabilities. People are often afraid to show their weaknesses because they fear being judged or misunderstood. If someone shares something personal with you, it's essential to respond with compassion, not criticism or solutions. Sometimes, the best response is simply to acknowledge their feelings and offer support. By doing so, you validate their emotions, making them feel seen and understood. Another critical aspect of emotional intelligence is the ability to regulate your own emotions in the face of someone else's vulnerability. If someone opens up about something that stirs strong emotions in you, whether it's sadness, anger, or frustration, it's crucial to remain calm and focused on their needs rather than your own emotional response. This emotional regulation allows you to stay present and supportive rather than making the conversation about your feelings. Emotional intelligence also involves recognizing that vulnerabilities are not weaknesses. In fact, when someone shares their vulnerabilities with you, it's a sign of strength and trust. It's easy to think that being vulnerable makes someone fragile, but in reality, it shows courage. By being emotionally intelligent, you can reinforce this courage by responding with respect and understanding. When someone feels that their vulnerabilities are respected, they're more likely to continue being open with you, which strengthens the relationship over time. Understanding someone's vulnerabilities also requires patience and emotional flexibility. People may not always be ready to share their deeper feelings right away. Emotional intelligence involves recognizing when someone needs time to process their emotions before they can articulate them. By giving them the space to do so and showing that you're there for them when they're ready, you create a foundation of trust and security. In romantic relationships, emotional intelligence can be a game changer. It allows you to understand your partner's emotional needs and respond in a way that strengthens the bond between you. When you're attuned to your partner's vulnerabilities, you can offer them the kind of support and reassurance that deepens intimacy and fosters a lasting connection. Whether it's through small acts of kindness, words of affirmation, or simply being there when they need you, emotional intelligence enables you to meet your partner where they are, emotionally. In conclusion, mastering emotional intelligence is the key to understanding someone's vulnerabilities and creating a deep emotional connection. It's about being self-aware, empathetic, and responsive to the needs of others, without imposing your own emotions onto the situation. By actively listening, building trust, and offering support without judgment, you create a safe space for someone to be vulnerable. This not only deepens your relationship, but also shows that you are emotionally mature and capable of handling the complexities of human connection with grace and understanding. Building genuine connection, moving beyond surface-level attraction. In a world where quick connections and surface-level interactions are becoming the norm, building a genuine connection with someone stands out as a rare and valuable skill. Genuine connection goes far beyond physical attraction or casual conversation. It's about creating a bond rooted in understanding, trust, and mutual respect. While surface-level attraction may spark initial interest, it's the deeper emotional connection that sustains long-term relationships, whether romantic, platonic, or professional. The key to building such a connection lies in authenticity, emotional vulnerability, and meaningful communication. To build a genuine connection, the first step is authenticity. Being authentic means showing up as your true self, without pretense or the need to impress others. Many people try to present a curated version of themselves in order to fit into certain expectations, but this can create a barrier to real connection. When you're authentic, you give others the freedom to be themselves as well. Authenticity fosters trust because it signals that you're honest and comfortable with who you are. People are naturally drawn to those who are genuine because it makes the relationship feel more real and meaningful from the start. Another crucial aspect of building a deep connection is vulnerability. Vulnerability is often seen as a risk, as it involves revealing parts of yourself that you might normally keep hidden, your fears, your doubts, your insecurities. However, this is exactly what creates intimacy. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you invite the other person to do the same, creating a space where both parties can feel safe to be themselves. It's through shared vulnerability that deeper emotional bonds are formed. This is where real trust develops, as both people know they are accepted for who they truly are, not just for the polished version they show the world. Meaningful communication is also essential for moving beyond surface-level attraction. This goes beyond small talk and casual conversation. It's about asking questions that delve deeper into someone's experiences, thoughts, and emotions. Open-ended questions, such as, "What inspires you?" or "What's something that challenges you?" encourage the other person to reflect and share on a deeper level. When you show a genuine interest in someone's inner world, you're communicating that you value who they are beyond just the superficial. Listening is just as important as asking meaningful questions. In fact, it might be the most crucial part of building a genuine connection. Many people listen with the intention of responding, waiting for their turn to speak. But to truly connect with someone, you need to listen with the intention of understanding. This means being fully present in the moment, focusing not only on the words they're saying, but also on the emotions behind them. Active listening shows that you care about what the other person is sharing, and it fosters an environment of trust and openness. Empathy plays a significant role in building a deep connection as well. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. When someone feels that you empathize with them, they feel seen and understood on a deeper level. It's one thing to hear someone's story, but it's another to truly feel what they're going through and to respond with kindness and compassion. This creates a bond that goes beyond the surface, as empathy bridges the emotional gap between people and fosters a sense of closeness. Another way to move beyond surface-level attraction is through shared experiences. While conversation is important, experiences often leave a lasting impression and can strengthen a connection. Whether it's a shared hobby, travel, or overcoming a challenge together, these moments build a foundation of shared memories and emotional investment. These experiences create a sense of togetherness, which strengthens the bond and adds depth to the relationship. It's through these moments that you get to know each other beyond just words and start to see how your lives and emotions intersect. One key factor that often gets overlooked in building a genuine connection is patience. Deep connections don't form overnight. It takes time to peel back the layers and truly get to know someone. Sometimes people need more time to feel comfortable being vulnerable, and that's okay. Rushing or forcing intimacy can often have the opposite effect, causing the other person to feel pressured or uncomfortable. Genuine connection develops naturally as trust is built over time through shared experiences, meaningful conversations, and emotional understanding. It's important to give the relationship the time and space it needs to grow at its own pace. Trust is the cornerstone of any deep connection. Without trust, a relationship will always remain on the surface. Trust is built through consistency, honesty, and reliability. When someone knows they can count on you, whether it's to be there in a difficult moment or to keep their confidences, they feel safe letting their guard down. This safety is what allows deeper emotions to be shared and understood, which is the essence of genuine connection. Over time, as trust solidifies, the connection strengthens, creating a bond that can withstand challenges and grow even stronger. In conclusion, moving beyond surface-level attraction to build a genuine connection requires authenticity, vulnerability, and meaningful communication. It's about being open, honest, and truly interested in the other person's inner world. Empathy, patience, and shared experiences further strengthen this bond, creating a relationship that's built on trust and mutual understanding. In a world where many interactions are shallow and fleeting, the ability to build deep, lasting connections is a rare and invaluable skill that can enrich every aspect of your life. By cultivating these qualities, you not only create more meaningful relationships, but also ensure that your connections stand the test of time. As we wrap up, remember that building deeper, more meaningful connections takes time, patience, and a genuine desire to understand others. It's not about quick fixes or surface-level interactions, but about tapping into the core of what makes us human, our emotions, vulnerabilities, and shared experiences. Whether you're seeking to improve a romantic relationship, a friendship, or even professional connections, the key is always in authenticity, empathy, and mindful communication. Thank you for taking the time to explore these ideas with me. If you found this helpful or thought-provoking, don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're looking to dive deeper into topics like this, make sure to subscribe for more insights. Until next time, take care of your connections, and most importantly, take care of yourself.